Hey everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Get Ready for Game Night. We're up to round 4 of our playthrough of the board game Last Will. So I've set up the board again. Quick recap. The green player has a total, whoa, as the camera falls. The green player has a total of $35, $37, $38. And the orange player has a total of 35, 37, so very close. And in this round, the red player gets to act as the start player. So let's take a look at the cards that came out this round. Along the top row, you see the Hectic Day, very powerful card. For a single action, you get to gain 3 more actions. You next have the Ball. Depending on how many actions you want to spend, you can spend anywhere between $4 and $25. This is a party type event. You also have the Real Estate Agent over here. Basically, whenever you have this property type, you can, I think that means you can adjust its value by up to 4. Along the bottom row, take a closer look here. You've got a dinner, pretty basic card, $2 to go out to dinner. A tailor, which means anytime you go out to a theater type event, you can spend an extra $3. A waiter, which means anytime you have a dining event, you can spend an extra $1. And as always, we have our wild card. So let's zoom out and take a look at what our players want to do. As always, the start player starts by taking one of the non-player tokens and blocking one of the spaces. So we'll say the red player, he is going to eliminate this first spot here. Now we go to the green player. He gets to choose his spot and eliminate another spot. And I'm thinking those are some really good cards. So the green player probably really wants to go early. So he's going to lock up going first. And then he will block off the 3 actions, allowing the red player, he has a choice now. He can get a lot of cards, but just both of these here only have 1 errand boy. Versus he could go all the way down here, yeah, that's what he's going to do. All right, so the green player, he gets to draw 2 cards, and looking at what he has, the types of cards he wants to draw are probably one of these event cards, and his second card, take one of these expenses cards and we'll take a look at what he got here. So the estate agent, which actually might help him because he does have a farm and this works with farms. And he has a dinner event where if he brings a dog with him, it can cost $4. Not bad. All right. The red player, he also draws 2 cards. He already has his entire array is full. So he may want to just activate. He'd really like to use his coachman. So he's just going to draw 2 cards here. And okay, so there's a theater event that would combo nicely with the tailor. And he can go on a boat trip. Okay. So now that that's taken care of, let's start sending out our errand boys. The green player, he gets to send out the first errand boy. And it is really hard to not just grab that Hectic Day, because that is a really, really powerful card. So he's going to send his errand boy. He's going to grab that Hectic Day. Red player, He's looking around. And the tailor is nice, but he doesn't have a lot of space for him. So he's more thinking he needs to just use sort of one-off cards to get rid of some money. He also might want to sell his farm. So, yep, he's going to grab this ball. Back to the green player. Dinner might be nice. He's got a lot of he's going to have a lot of actions. Yeah. We'll just grab this simple card here. And finally, the red player. You know, I think he's going to take this wild card again to pair that with one of his cards. Okay. Now, let's go down to the actual actions. So, we look at how many actions the green player earned. He earned 2 actions based on his order. First thing he's going to do, though, is activate the old friend, which gives him a 3rd action. He is going to spend one of his actions to play the Hectic Day. So, costs him an action, but then the Hectic Day gains him 3 more. 1, 2, he now has 5 more actions to spend, and we discard that card. So, with 5 actions to spend, I think he is going to want to for one action, he's going to play the Steward, which allows him to activate his farm twice for no actions whatsoever, which he will now immediately do. So activating his farm, because he has the horse and the dog, costs $7, but then because he has the training ground, that adds 2 more. So each time he activates this farm, it's $9. Activating it once costs him 9, lose 10, get 1 back. Activate it a second time, thank you, Mr. Steward, lose 10, gain 1 back. This is turning into a huge round for the green player, because now, since that did not cost him any actions, he still has 4 actions remaining. Okay, back to the action. Green player, he is going to play the real estate agent, which, if we can, there we go. When you are buying or selling, in this case, a farmhouse, you can manipulate the price of that farmhouse by 2. So, for 1 action, real estate agent is in play. We had I forgot to show that I had already used the steward and used up all this stuff. So now, for 1 action, we're going to go on a carriage ride, which costs £2. £2 gone. For another action, we're going to go out to dinner, which costs £2. £2 gone. And for our final action, we're going to sell our farmhouse, because now is a great time to sell. Normally it costs, we're going to gain $12 by selling it. However, the market, if we look up here, the farmhouses are at -2, and our real estate agent is going to make it -2 more. So we're actually only going to gain $8 when we sell this farmhouse, which is really good, because you cannot end the game or win the game if you own any properties. So that goes away. Gain $8 back. Green player's looking pretty good. They only have $24 right now. So let's take a look at what the red player or orange player is going to do in response. Well, first we look up at the player order track. Red player has 3 actions. I'll show you right there. So we gain 3 actions there, and then activating the old friend gives us 4 actions. Got a lot of cards here. We could just spend all 4 actions on the ball and cost $10. But we have this wild card that we may want to use. So I think what we'll do is we will use this wild card and play it with the theater. Normally, here we'll bring it up close. The theater, going to the theater costs £2, but if you bring your horse with you, it costs an extra 3. So for a single action, discarding both these cards will cost $5. So 10 goes away. 5 comes back for 1 action. We may as well activate our steward, which allows us to activate the farm without using an action. So activating the farm costs 5. And then we activate it on our own using an action, costing another 5. We still haven't had an opportunity to take advantage of the coachman, which is troubling. Oh, we forgot about the training ground over here. Because we have 1 horse, that means when we activated that, it was two more bucks each time, so 4 more dollars go away. We might as well activate our standing reservation, where we brought our own chef, for 2 more dollars. And that leaves us with 2 actions. Now, we could either go on this boat trip, which you can see costs 2 actions, and we'll spend $5. Or we could do the ball. And for 2 actions with the ball, it would cost $4. Well, 5 is more than 4. So we're going to spend our last 2 actions activating the boat trip, costing $5. 10 goes away, 5 comes back, leaving him with 2 cards that he can carry over to the next round. So, red player now is left with hardly any money. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, only $11. But he is going to have to sell that farm at some point to get his money back. So, that is the end of round 4. So we'll wrap this up and come back for round 5.